We're stepping aside from the testimony so we can bring in our national trial attorney, Michael Jaafar, who's standing by as an analyst in this case. Here we are again. It's week 5 in this case, Michael Jaafar. If you're the jury, I mean, a 5-week trial can be lengthy, it can be tough, but apparently there's 6 weeks of testimony that's going to go on, and we haven't even heard from Robert Baker yet, who I think is just going to be the star witness in this courtroom.
It's all necessary, actually. It shows you how badly the state hates Monica Sementilli, because they want the jury to know that Monica Sementilli was a caricature of a defendant. Listen, she had an affair with a guy who killed her husband. She voraciously went to collect his life insurance proceeds. She invited the man who killed her husband to her husband's wake and invited him to her family. She went out to Las Vegas, had a vacation with him. She emailed him the analysis and the access to the security system 30 days before he murdered her. Damn, Monica Sementilli, can you be a little subtle? Be a little subtle about this. You're making it way too easy for the jury to find you in this conspiracy. But the state wants to paint the picture for the jury. They want them to see that Monica Sementilli laid a bunch of chocolate morsels all the way to the bonfire. And when you get to the bonfire, she's got graham crackers and marshmallows, but she doesn't want you to know that she's making s'mores, right? They want the jury to really see how the lengths she went to get this conspiracy together. And then she went ahead and started colluding with the guy and manipulating him after he was in jail and sending him love notes and being in love with him. And she knew at that point that he killed her husband, right? She's just not being subtle about this at all. And so that's what the state wants the jury to know. And they want to painstakingly go through every single, because the state knew it. The state, she sent them on a cat and mouse chase, right? The state wants the jury to see all the hundreds of instances that they found that show that Monica Sementilli really unsubtly put this conspiracy together with Baker. It's just insane. It's almost like Monica Sementilli doesn't know that we have police and that one day somebody will find out about this. So
she thought when she got rid of the DVRs that was going to clear everything up and no one was going to be worried about it. The DVRs from the house are gone and everything is fine, but no, there is a paper trail. Michael Jaafar, stand by. We've got to get to a break, but we'll get in for more of the testimony from this executive assistant after this. Let's step aside and bring in national trial attorney Michael Jaafar, who is watching along. Michael, I was going to ask you if you thought the prosecution is piling on, because they brought in so many witnesses who knew Fabio, who talk about the same thing, that she didn't cry really or seem like she had grief, that she wanted the insurance money right away. But now I'm wondering, just what do you think about Robert Baker being at her house right after her husband dies, and she's acting like this is all normal?
It doesn't shock me because, again, she has no subtlety as a defendant. She's a caricature of a defendant. The life insurance proceeds, having the affair, inviting him to the wake to introduce him to her family. She has absolutely no subtlety. She's like a baby who's hungry. They embarrass themselves to get food. They don't care what they look like because they're a baby. All they know is their baser instincts say, I need food. That's kind of what Monica Sementilli was with the life insurance proceeds and with Baker. She was like, she just wanted it, and she had no concept of what it looked like, right? And the state is doing what they need to do, because at the end of the day, they're looking forward. They're looking ahead to what they're going to face on the defense case, which is Robert Baker. It's a big deal that when the person who actually committed the actus reus, the actual murder, is going to say, I did it alone. That's a big deal because the state has to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. So they want the jury to be privy to all these nuggets that they gleaned from Monica Sementilli and her behavior. And you know what, Julia, is going to be the most entertaining and vital part of this case? It's not the direct examination of Baker. It's going to be the cross-examination of Baker. It's going to be vicious. It's going to be entertaining. I think it's going to take an entire day, because cross-examining Robert Baker is basically like cross-examining a defendant on murder. When the defendant comes up and says, I didn't do it, Baker's going to come up and say, she didn't do it. So he's basically testifying for her. So he's going to be cross-examined basically for her. It's going to be vicious, and I've got my popcorn ready for that day, Julia. Sorry.
And we'll have to see who calls him. We expect the state is going to call him, but it could be the defense. They could wait. We will see. Michael Jaafar, thanks so much for joining us this hour. We have a lot to get to on the other side of this break. More testimony in the Celebrity Stylist Murder Trial and updates on that Karen Reed motion hearing. Don't go anywhere.